coronavirus pandemic that has infected close to 500,000 people across the globe and over 21,000 people who have lost their lives within China, Italy, France and Spain being among the worst infected countries. But over the past week, the United States of America has become the new epicenter for the coronavirus with over 66,000 cases confirmed and the death toll nearing 1,000. New York has become the epicenter of the virus with more than 20,000 cases, and there is a large population of Indians in the United States of America. In fact, some of them who joined us on the broadcast a short while back, 3 Indians based in the United States who spoke to Republic. Let's listen in to what they had to say.
First of all, I would like to thank them for joining us live from New York and California. I have Kanika Issar, who's a freelance consultant, joining us live from New York this morning and this evening in New York. And I also have Tanya Dua joining us live from New York once again. She's a senior reporter with the Business Insider. I also have Sumeru Chatterjee, who's an IT professional, joining us live from California. And I reached out to them primarily to give us a first-hand account. Over the last few days, we have been speaking to a lot of Indians based in the US. Yesterday, we had a few who joined us live from Houston, from New Jersey, from New York, and also from Florida. I'd like to go across first to New York, where Kanika Issar is joining us live. So we'll take turns to speak to each one of them and understand. Suesha, feel free to come into the conversation as well. Kanika, what's the situation from the reports that we're getting? Not looking very good. The number of cases have spiked, especially in New York.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, we can hear you.
Hi, so absolutely, the cases have spiked right now. The local government's response has been really good, but the federal government response has been a little bit slow. There's the most cases in America is in New York right now, so it is the epicenter and we're definitely feeling it. Really, for the healthcare workers, everyone is a little bit nervous because we don't have enough supplies. So I think that's what everybody is looking out for right now. That's what we're kind of nervous about, but people are staying home. People are trying, not to keep in contact with anybody. There isn't a shelter in place right now, but you are advised to just only go to the grocery store, only go to the pharmacy, get tested if you have symptoms. And so we're seeing in New York City right now quite a gloomy time, and it's quite empty and not very much like New York, but we're hoping people, I don't know, I think it's a medium-term mindset. I don't think people know if this is going to last for 3 months or 3 weeks, and it's relatively new. In the last week, I think everything has been scaled up a lot in terms of preparing for this pandemic. So that's really how it's going on here right now.
Kanika, stay with me and let me go across to Tanya Dua as well. She's a senior reporter with the Business Insider. Tanya, we heard the New York governor, I think in the last few hours, talk about how the entire lockdown and the fact that most people are indoors has helped sort of contain the number of positive cases that they're seeing, especially in New York City. What are you seeing as far as the response of the administration and the initiatives that are being taken by people themselves?
I agree with Kanika. She said that, the federal response has been a little bit lukewarm, but the New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, and Mayor de Blasio have been keeping us constantly in the loop. I believe people are beginning to take it seriously and stay indoors and only venture out when it's absolutely necessary, whether that's for medicine or grocery shopping. I went out to pick up some groceries this evening, in fact, and the streets were more deserted than I've ever seen them, for sure. And I believe I was the only one without a mask. But yes, they say that social distancing is helping keep the numbers in check for now. They are still expected to increase. They're tripling every 2 days or so. And the situation is not going to get better unless we start testing. And there's a major problem with testing because they don't have enough testing kits in place yet.
Yeah, let me get into word also from California, where Sumeru Chatterjee is joining us live. Sumeru, we've seen different initiatives. I don't know what the situation in California is. Why don't you give us an idea about what you're seeing? You're joining us from the Bay Area. And some initiatives that we're seeing, Indian American hoteliers for one. We were reading some reports of how they've come forward to help many Indians who are stranded, students especially, who may not have been able to leave leave America. So people-led initiatives, society-led initiatives, what are you witnessing, Sumeru?
Yeah, Niranjan, that's a good question. It's something that everyone who is living in California is thinking about constantly. As you know, the Bay Area, which is where I'm located, is a big tech epicenter. So all the big major tech companies are located here. So a lot of the technology companies are thinking about how can they provide their tools and services for free or for discounted prices for people who need to connect remotely. That's one. The Indian American community here is obviously very strong. The diaspora is strong here. So we've heard from a lot of, as you mentioned, hostel owners, hotel owners, thinking about how they can create shelters, even some untraditional ideas. For example, there are a lot of small microbreweries and alcohol distilleries that are now shifting from creating alcohol to creating hand sanitizer just to help out in this time of need. California is lucky in the sense that we are only at 3,000 or 4,000 cases confirmed, which is about a tenth of the size of the East Coast. So some of that was because we implemented this stay-at-home order a week early. So we want to, try and take some of those learnings, take some of that education, and try and help out the rest of the country as all of us are going all together.
I'd like to thank Tanya, Kanika, and Sumeru for taking the time off this evening in the US, this morning here in India. We'd like to thank you for joining us live.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhishek Kapoor. Thanks for checking out Republic World. If you would like to watch more show highlights and live coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And do not forget to download the Republic World News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.